Sponsored by the Big 98, Nashville's #1 for new country and the home of the Bobby Bones Show.
The Rockin' Review is on location at the Good Life Farms in Hendersonville, Tennessee, and we're catching up with Grammy Award-winning artist who has sold 10 million albums. It's just kind of amazing. Gretchen Wilson, thanks for joining the show.
Thank you for having me.
So we're talking with you. You're a part of the song, and so how did you get involved in the show?
Well, I've been friends with Mark Oswald, one of the creators of the show, for many years. He was a manager to me for many years, and then we've just remained really, really good friends for a long time.
Wow. Well, I have to bring this up also, as you're working with artists and obviously with the number of hit songs. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, your first album, 5 times platinum?
Maybe.
I think Here for the Party 5 times.
I know it sold a lot of units. I know that it broke some records. I think maybe even Billy Ray Cyrus's Achy Breaky Heart record back in the day. But it was just such a whirlwind, and it's so exciting, and everything was moving so fast at that time that I couldn't, keeping track of that kind of stuff wasn't really what I was worried about.
Right. Well, you've done so well with the music. I wanted to also bring up your song Stacey and the music video on CMT that's like everywhere now.
Thank you. Stacey was fun. It was a fun song to write. It was a fun song to shoot the video for. I got to go back to my hometown and kind of just surprise all of my Staceys in Pocahontas, Illinois, because there's a lot of them there. And I couldn't tell any of them that I was coming because they would have ruined it all. They would have gone and gotten dressed up like they were going to be in a music video, and I just needed them to be themselves.
Right.
And so it was kind of a shock to the entire Pocahontas, Illinois system, but it turned out to be a pretty good shoot, and we did it in a few hours.
It's such a fun video.
It was fun to make, and my girl Jessie G, who's on my record label, I started my own record label years ago and never thought that I would sign another artist, but this girl is an amazing singer, songwriter, and so I got her to star in the video. So she's the one taking all of the beatings from all of the Pocahontas girls in the video. So it was a good initiation to the Redneck Records clan.
I was going to bring that up to our viewers too, Gretchen, that you're doing so well with your Redneck Records now. It's kind of expanding to where it's just like, when you were working with John Rich and all the people here in Nashville, now you're helping others as well.
Yeah, I guess it's a very music mafia thing to do, to be able to just, pass the torch and help out your friends. And, that's what it was always about, was just musical people. And it doesn't really matter whether you're rock and roll or you're a little country or you're a little soul or whatever. As long as you're great, you were welcome in that group. And we did. We lifted each other up, we propped each other up, and we helped each other as much as we could. So hopefully my label will be that help for Jessie.
And so probably more artists that you're going to be working with?
I'm not really sure what the future holds. I wasn't even looking for an artist. Jessie she won an opportunity to open for me at a bar one night out in Portland, Oregon. That's where she's from. She's a deep sea fisherman. Like, really, she's the real deal. And so she really just caught my attention. And so she was somebody that I just really wanted to work with and wanted to write with and wanted to extend a helping hand to. I don't know that would happen again. I'm not really sure. That was the first time in 15 years that somebody caught my ear like that. So maybe it was just meant to happen. Maybe it was a God thing.
It's very kind of you to do also, to help somebody else out just as you were helped out through the years.
Yeah, that's what you're supposed to do. And country music, really, we're all kind of like that.
Oh, yeah.
We're all very we're all for each other. It's not like, yes, we're in competition, but we're also for each other. There's none of us that are hoping against anybody else.
Well, you know what I've always loved about your songs too, Gretchen, is you kind of have a rock and roll edge to them.
Yeah.
It's fun. It's party music.
Well, I grew up kind of a little bit in the rock and roll edge, I guess you would. We were definitely country. Everything about us was country, but my Uncle Vern was a big role player in my life, and he introduced me to all the classic rock early on, and of course, he was just about 6 years older than me, so I idolized him, and so anything that Uncle Vern did, I thought I had to do too. So that's how I got onto the AC/DC and the Skinner and all of the classic stuff that really does play a part in my songwriting and my producing.
Well, then your grandma kind of brought you in on the classic country, right?
Yes, yeah. So it was all Tammy Wynette, George Jones, Waylon Jennings, and then on the other side of that, back in when Vern would leave and I could sneak into his room and get in his record player, then that was all the rock stuff. So I really kind of feel like I just always have brought a real combination of that just stomping classic rock, but also the very traditional country.
You do it well. Well, besides being involved with the new TV show, The Song, can we expect any new songs or videos coming out from you in the near future?
Well, I'm right now. I'm in the middle of developing and releasing Jessie's album, Jessie G, and so that's going to be coming out in the next few months, along with a second single from her. I do have an album out there, and so I guess as soon as I can take a breath, I may actually decide on another single from me and shoot a video. We'll see what happens.
Well, congratulations on all the airplay and video play on CMT and everywhere with Stacey.
Thank you.
And also being a part of the song and sharing the backstory, with your songs and everything and your creative.
It's really cool to be a part of a program that's finally paying attention to the song itself and the songwriters.
Well, I'll tell you what, it's great to have your own record label also. Thanks for doing that.
Thank you.
Gretchen Wilson, she's on the song. Be sure and check it out. Thanks for watching The Rock Interview.
Thanks.
Sponsored by the Big 98, Nashville's #1 for new country and the home of the Bobby Bones Show.